Huh?
On the next all-new episode of My Adventures with Superman.
Oh my god!
What's super hearing like? It's nuts! I can hear, cat and tree. I can hear everyone. And Jimmy. They have problems.
My Adventures with Superman. All new next Thursday at midnight on Adult Swim. Next day on Max.
You been sleeping much, buddy?
Not for a few days.
On the next all-new episode of Dr. Stone.
This is our chance to scout while the place is busy with newcomers. Amaryllis, buy me some time.
What's all this racket? Kiri saw me? She got here fast. You made it back in time. Where'd you run off to anyway? Go.
I found something good. The key to ensuring our victory. It's a key of science.
Dr. Stone. Next Saturday at 12:30. Only Toonami on Adult Swim.
The following program may contain coarse language, suggestive dialogue, and discussion of violent imagery and sexual situations. It is intended for mature listeners who can tell the difference between facts and opinions.
We find out the Kingdom of Science is not alone on this episode of the Toonami Faithful Podcast. I am your host, Sketch, and we have returning fourth-time champion...
Samurai Darrell Maddox.
And...
It's Kuro.
And...
Editorial writer, LaserKid.
Yes, it is time to talk about at least the first 7 episodes of Dr. Stone New World. Because so much happens in Dr. Stone, we can't wait a whole 11 or so episodes to talk about it. It'd be too much. It'd be way too much. And I felt like this was a good place to stop because we got through the building phase of this arc, and now we're into the intrigue and action phase. But,
Yeah, they sure raised the stakes pretty quickly.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
crap.
They did.
Look,
They did. In the Ryusui special, they added currency and clothes made of hemp cloth and hot air balloon. All of that. And, of course, a captain. And in this season, because they are trying to build a boat and obtain oil, along the way they add farming and agriculture, baking bread, cameras, Minecraft and tracks, paved roads, LCD screens, radar, sonar, metal detector.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
And a radio tower.
Yes.
Which, when they activate it, they get a haunting message. Morse code that reads as why over and over and over and over again.
3 of these kids can read Morse code. Like, I don't know anybody who can actually read Morse code. And I know a lot of people. And they just so happen to have at least 3 people that can read Morse code. Like, what a perfect coincidence.
Yeah, specifically on that boat at that time.
Yeah.
Because they built both a little boat and a really big boat. The Perseus. Lots of stuff happens. It all kind of builds together. They'd go from one thing to another. Nice callback to the very first season stuff where Taiju makes note that he remembers Senku mentioning that if you crush seashells, that it helps for plants to grow if you plant it in the soil. Because Taiju is a super farmer. He also never seems to get tired. The boy is superhuman.
I could have just a third of that stamina, man.
I know, right?
Mood.
I don't mind the suspension of disbelief for some of these developments, like, because you assume from watching it, all these things are for a long period of time. You know, they just, like, the time skips are a regular part of the show. The one thing that I did have trouble adding to the element of ability with this is that they had not developed any kind of subsistence, like 3,000 years, and they were still hunter-gatherer. Like, if they developed from astronauts would have known about seed cultivation, and at the very least they would have had their gardens. Like, I'm not saying mass scale agriculture, certainly subsistence gardening and farming. So like that was new. I don't know, I just thought that was a little off. At a certain point, to support the village that size, if they are a stagnant village, they would have wanted to have some kind of constant source of fruit and veg, you know, aside from hunting and gathering. Like, so that even even you look at the other Stone Age peoples were doing that 10,000 years ago. So it was, but it bothered me a lot because I'm like, it's not that hard. Like, that's not a vast leap in science. Certainly, like, large scale agriculture would be a lot more development, but small scale, I think they were perfectly capable of that. I don't know. It's a little thing. I get it, but it just bothered me a little bit.
I think the implication there is that they lost it, because there's definitely a lot of implication that a lot of the knowledge that started with this village didn't make it all the way through.
Well,
yeah, but you don't have to.
Pretty much only one person knows the 100 tales, and they're very long.
Exactly.
Yeah, but also, like, that's one of those things that, like, people didn't develop that technology from learning from other people. They figured it out on their own, and then gradually, like if you think about original humans,
right?
You know, very primitive humans were able to figure out how to do small scale subjugation of agriculture, of subsistence farming. So, like, I don't know. I didn't buy that they didn't have like anything small, you know, of whatever the local wild produce was. Like, let's plant a seed. Oh, hey, look, it grows from a seed. Hey, what if we plant a couple more seeds in this one patch, you know? Or like, what if we pile all our trash in one place? Oh, it breaks down with the heat. Oh, hey, look, everything grows more fertile from that. Like, these are kind of things like you kind of figure out on your own from working outside and being outside. And that's like a huge part of their Stone Age lifestyle. I just think that it was like a gap in storytelling that I think could have been filled. But overall, like, I love the model that this follows, where it feels like, if you've ever played a point and click adventure game, it feels like that, where you have like a long-term goal, like one big goal, like, this is the big thing I have to figure out. So in this case, it was, we had to build a ship. But to build a ship, we have to have this, that, and that. And to get to those things, we have to have these other goals first. And they follow that model all the way through with, like, okay, in order to support building a big ship, we have to have metal, we have to have production of wood, industrialization.
Minecraft.
Yeah, like, you have to have all these things to support that. And I like that it's very a fun model for a show to follow, and that way it keeps you engaged. And, like, for me, sometimes you just want something that doesn't have a high, like, risk factor, though of course they really amped up towards the last, like, 2 episodes. Like, they amped up my anxiety level when they all got petrified. I was like, whoa, I was thinking that, what the actual fuck, what the fuck.
Also, at some point, Senku invented tear gas.
Yeah, that was quick.
That was
just like,
quick.
I'm throwing some things in my little lab, my little like carry-on lab.
Oh, those are side projects, because you never
That thing came in handy.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other little thing that bothers me is, and this is something a show this good, I feel like, should not do. I get that they have a lot of characters to keep track of, but, like, they kind of diminished certain characters to what their contribution was. So, like, the woman who was the reporter, they just called her reporter. Like, they very rarely referred to her by name, and, like, that was her identity in every interaction. Like, reporter, you do this reporting thing. Like, they really diminish the entire character. And I feel like for as much work they put into developing these personalities and the storytelling, it's too good for them to, like, I feel like it's just...
the thing is, she was in a total funk until somebody walked over and said, "Hey, reporter, I got some reporting for you to do."
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. Like, they do that. I noticed it happens more for female characters, though. And this may be something that I'm just more sensitive to, but just like diminishing the characterization of a female character to what they do. And that's it. That's their whole identity.
I don't think they're doing that with Nikki or Kohaku or Suika.
I don't know. Suika's like, her job is like hiding and tracking things, and Kohaku's like gorilla woman, which they call her that all the time. Like, she's just there for brute strength, and constantly.
Kohaku is also there to show how much she enjoys science things and bread.
She does.
It's true.
Not on that bread. That was the cutest thing.
I mean, bread is
the eating bread. That was hilarious.
Well, we don't need better bread than this. This is amazing. Like, oh, no. You haven't had actual bread yet.
Yeah. Well, Kohaku's also good because she kind of acts as our primary person to filter the way that this civilization is. Like, we have other characters that do that too, but she was the first and probably strongest one.
I will say that they... with the reporter, is her name Minami, I think? With her... Minami? Okay. I was close, wrong pronunciation. Yeah, she's really into having a camera. Like, it's super important to her. Like, really, really, really important.
It was a tool of trade, though, so, you got to understand that, man. Like, if it's your tool of your trade, man, you still want that. So I really do understand, the importance of having that, because, honestly, like, with some of the things I've done, like, having a weapon, that was a tool of my trade. Like, I cook a lot, so I try to have decent knives around, man. And then not having that one, oh, man, it can be a pain in the ass. That's
true. But I do like that bit about her character. It's just like, come on, we gotta take photos of this, so in case something happens, we have something to remember you by.
Yeah, it's for posterity, man. I do like the homage to paying homage to Albert and Einstein when they took Senku. And
also the Senku fashion show.
Oh, that was glorious.
Which is not nearly as good as when Kazuki rolls up in his nice suit, immediately gets upset about something and rips it off.
He's balling in that suit and that car. It was awesome.
I mean, man, he came out like Pimp Daddy, man. I'm like, yo. Yeah. And then all of a sudden he just flexing. I'm like, God damn. Come on.
This guy, man.
I love him. He's like a total Renaissance character. He can do everything. He's great.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of this stuff is, things that Senku's like, oh, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this, that. But we got Chrome over here being like, hey, I can figure out a way for us to track these minerals.
And he did.
And he made a metal detector. And then they made a whole mine industry with mine carts and tracks.
Yay
and
for
everything.
Chrome. It was cool to have Chrome have his own actual victory. Like, he was able to figure something out instead of it always being Senku.
But the thing is, you got to remember, though, Chrome was the smartest person in the village from the beginning before Senku got there.
Yep.
We're just going to have to assume that his focus on rocks is the reason why he didn't figure out agriculture sooner.
Look here, I'm just going to put it like this, man. And when you got brainy folks like that, man, trust me, we are not, at that time, you're not thinking about agriculture now. I'm a country boy through and through, but I didn't get into gardening and farming like, past what my grandma taught me as far as like taking care of plants, man. But now I can do a whole lot of stuff, but that's still based on the knowledge that she gave me, for farming and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But, literally being a science-orientated person, I really wasn't giving a fuck about that stuff at the time.
And of all the things to throw into here randomly, they're like, let's hunt for truffles.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
That was kind of... There's no way they were able to find enough to have the mass scale preserved food that they were talking about. But holy crap, Francois is totally a Ryusui apologist. She's just going around like he acts like an asshole, a lovable asshole, and then she like goes around. It's like, oh, he's doing this because of this. Like, okay, person,
he's not greedy.
If you feel like you have to do it that often, there's a problem.
He wants glory for everyone.
He actually does, though. That's the whole thing. The thing is, he's greedy, but the thing is, he does it in such a way that he's bringing people along with him, man, because he wants them to have that same glory. And, of course, he wants his name attached to it. But the thing is, he understands that, you need people in certain areas to get this stuff done. You really do. You can't do it by yourself. But the dude is so freaking resourceful in the way that he does things, man. He really understands, like, I would say, good human resources relations in the things that he does. He understands how to recruit the best people to do the things that you need to get done. I mean, that's really, like, good people management skills, but also on the scale of logistics, man, he actually gets it because logistics becomes a pain in the ass if you do not know what you're doing.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good character, but he annoys the fuck out of me.
Understandable. Completely understandable.
He's obnoxious. That's
like in real life. Yeah, in real life, I'd be like, no, you need to reel it in, bro. I just can't with you. I'm sorry.
No more with the
and the snapping.
The snapping.
God. Like I've got a bit of begrudging respect for the guy, but he's kind of annoying.
He's extra.
He is
definitely extra. The money thing too, like okay, you guys will have you'll have a different perspective on this. I didn't think it was necessary at this stage in the society's development, and it really felt like a distraction, and it felt like they were advancing something into the way they had all structured their society about like everybody contributes to a whole goal and everybody reaps fits, but adding in like monetary, there's no backing of the currency. And Ryusui's explanation based on trust was like such a low hanging fruit. Like it was minimum of explanation of how currency works. I don't know. I didn't like comfortable. Like I felt like they were disrupting some nice delicate balance these developed, like everything's for the sake of the society as opposed to for some kind of valueless compensation. And I don't know. And I get, that maybe I'm a little off on this, or you might disagree, but that was just my opinion.
To be honest with you, the currency could have probably waited a little bit longer. But the thing is, he was using it as a motivating force to get people to do things. Because think about it. If you got some type of reward to go into this, then yeah, people tend to work a little bit harder if they got some type of incentive. But
yeah, that's
the thing is,
it
was still introduced. It was still introduced just a little too soon. Because at this point, I'm like, you can still barter and trade. Barter and trade. I wish people would still do, man. Because I could have something that may be like not that valuable to me, but could be super valuable to somebody else, and like they may have something that's like, well, shit, I want this, and we can consider this a fair trade. Because look here, barter and trading is like probably one of the best forms of getting something that you need.
It's true.
Yeah. But I really love Gent's ability to just manipulate people. That's a lot more amusing.
I feel like it was super late, maybe a little bit. They were getting to the point where and they made this point. Not everyone knows everyone anymore, and that's when altruism drops out the window. When you don't know who you're working with, it makes it really hard to just do it just because it's the right thing to do. Because you don't know everybody.
That's true.
So
and you've already introduced all these people from Tsukasa's side of things who are familiar with legal tender and how things used to be.
And so you've got all these people, not all of whom know everyone. I mean, there's a common goal, but, you know, at a certain scale, you really do need a motivator. And that is a much better... The carrot is a much better motivator than the stick.
It is. And I'm not gonna lie, people. I am motivated by money. It's the reason why. Altruism, I still believe in.
Yeah, absolutely. Altruism is great, but it doesn't get you fruit at the end of the day.
No, it doesn't. But I am an altruistic person, so I do a lot of things for people based on the fact that I want to do it for them.
And that's the right way to do it, man. That's absolutely.
But at the same time, I'm a Capricorn, so I believe in having money, and I like monies, and I'm going to get the monies. Paul, where is my money?
Where's our One Piece mugs, Paul? We want the One Piece mugs.
Where's some One Piece mugs? Well, where's my bleach mug? Because I don't think I'm gonna be accepting of that One Piece mug. Not even for unit cohesiveness.
Come on! It's just the Jolly Roger on a mug.
The only Jollies I want are Jolly Ranchers, and that's got to be Jolly Rancher Moonshine.
That sounds tasty. I'd try that.
Oh man,
But yeah, that explanation that they gave is why I actually didn't really feel like it was too early. I'm like, you know what? They make a point. They got a ton of people. When you're at that scale, you really don't know everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even though they say about 150 is as many people as you can remember.
Yeah. Like, you might be able to remember more than that, but your brain is not going to let you see them as people. They're monkeys, basically. I mean, I hate to put it that
monkeys!
Way. Monkey! But you won't see them the same way that you see that group of people that you recognize, and that's just the limit of the human brain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are a lot of people that I know, but I say there's probably a good 200 people I may know their names, but after that, it's like, I know your face.
I know your name. I know your face. I know your face. But even when it's, I know your name, I don't necessarily know anything about you.
But then again, I have to say, though, in high school, I did have a battalion of 429 cadets, and I knew every last one of those little fuckers.
Huh.
Yeah. That's from everybody that was like seniors with me to my freshmen. God damn it, motherfucking goddamn James! Oh God. Sorry. No, dude.
All right.
When I say Big Mouth know-it-all, thought he knew everything as a lit one, did not know a goddamn. I'm like, okay, so we get you up to speed, but you talking about what you can do, and then all of a sudden you can't execute a goddamn thing. I was like, shut your damn mouth. You don't know shit. The same way I didn't know shit when I was a lit one. Same way with privates. Well, no, privates tend to know a little bit better than that, act like that. But when you're a cadet, it's a whole different story. But yeah. Okay, sorry, tangent over.
Yeah. So they sped run Civilization for about a year in time, and all the while being a little concerned about this entity that is out there that sent them a message. They have no idea if it's nefarious, if it's somebody who needs help. But there's just something ominous about it.
The why man.
Mm-hmm.
Why ask why? Try but dry.
But they have another dilemma. You see, they don't have enough revival fluid to expand the kingdom much more, if at all. They could produce some with poop. It would just take a long, long time and not make very much. So what they need is some platinum. And it just so happens to be the case that they do have a supply of platinum that they could track down. It's just on the island where Senku's father and the other astronauts were living before they left and form the other village.
So, be honest with you, since they're astronauts, would that make it star platinum?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, man. I couldn't help myself.
I get it. I see what you did there.
Exactly. If y'all didn't get that, as far as the listeners,
you have to understand where he's standing from.
I won't stand for this.
Oh god. Yes. Ooh.
Yeah. So when Toonami originally aired episode 7 before episode 6, it left the viewers with a lot of questions. Like, who's this Soyuz guy? When was he introduced? What? They're going to an island? What? They're already on the boat? Yeah. I didn't think much of it when it was originally airing, and then I thought, wait a minute. This isn't right. Yeah, they goofed. They played episode 7 before playing episode 6.
Whoops.
Oopsie doodle.
These things happen. They are ever shorter on staff everywhere at that company, so yeah. It happens. But I just find it interesting that this is the first time that they've unintentionally skipped an episode forward as opposed to playing the wrong episode that already aired. Because that's happened as recently as Yashihime's finale. They're like, oops, we just played the wrong episode. Guess we extend this a week. Yeah. That's what happened with Dr. Stone.
It was an interesting episode too. Like, I guess, and if you, in hindsight, the concept of this guy Soyuz, being a found baby and coming from another place makes sense, because if you think about it, after 3,700 years, there are bound to be more people than that. There were just at that Ishigama village. Mm-hmm. So where are the other people? Mm-hmm. Native people, not like we're stone people. So, and then of course you has like a tantalizing, like it shows 3 people that we don't know yet. So you just assume there are people out there that we haven't met yet, for whatever reason. And so like it made sense. It was a nice little, I love that all part of this story is unraveling a little bit more mystery about everything. And, the ultimate mystery being the petrification itself and the origin of the petrification and who started that.
Yeah. And unexpectedly, we're already finding somebody else who can petrify people.
Yes.
Very disturbing. Is it the same person who petrified humanity over so many years ago? I mean, that seems a bit unlikely, seeing as it's been so very long, but
they also came from that island, and the person who the original petrification came from South America.
That's true.
So it adds an extra element of this, because if the scientists on that island, like, at what point did that technology figured out the actual petrification? Like, I feel like there's a whole story here, not to mention this very shady way that they just automatically petrify people that they don't know. Like,
I'm going to laugh and manga reader now.
Well, the rest of us haven't gotten that far.
I haven't gotten far enough to answer all of those questions, but some of them.
Yeah. So they get to this island where they're trying to find the Soyuz spaceship, which, once you know it, this guy is named Soyuz. This bald guy who carries around what I think is the little boat that he sailed in on Noah style.
That's a shield.
Yeah. It's I'm pretty sure that's the same thing, even though it is a shield, isn't it? So this guy who might have been in the background for the past 2 seasons that is finally being acknowledged. And I guess he was going by no name prior to this moment, which is how do you do that?
I don't know, dude, but he was the ultimate NPC for a long time.
It's in the script.
Yeah. I was just thumbing through our old episode titles the other day. I came across that it was in the script. I was like,
and to be honest with you, man, he got them doing the ultimate ass side quests right now.
Sure.
Goddamn, I'm sorry.
This dude might not just be a red shirt. He seems kind of important. Also, he's becoming increasingly more important by confessing his love to Amaryllis. Though I suppose she confessed her love to him first because she thought he was the master. I love the fact that she totally knew that Gin wasn't the master. It's like, no, it ain't you.
This ain't it, Chief.
Ain't it, Chief? Who is his master? Doesn't seem like a nice fella.
Again, I shall laugh in Mongerator.
Well, actually, if people know...
Pretty sure we've at least seen what the master looks like because of the opening.
Nobody sees the master.
I think we'll see him soon enough. Yeah.
That is just totally creepy. That whole master thing. Like, Amaryllis is auditioning to be chosen by him. Like, what? What the fuck? Like, she's trying to, and oh my god, like I just couldn't. I was like, this is gonna get really creepy really quickly, isn't it?
Oh yes.
Ugh. Gross. Well, it wouldn't be an anime if we didn't have something fetishized, and here we are.
At least it's the bad guys, so we know it's actually like not good that it's happening. It's not treated as, oh, this is great. No, this is bad.
Yeah. I do love Senku's ability to just pivot when there's a new challenge. Like, you know, he had this ship full of everything he wanted it to be, and all of a sudden he's lost that and the complete crew. And then he's like, all right, what's next? All right, we have a new goal. We got to get this platinum. We got to figure out where the treasure is. Like, he's just able to pivot and focus on the next goal. And it really, because I was like sitting there like, oh my God, everyone's petrified. What now? And he's like, all right, we'll figure this out. And he just moves on. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to follow that lead. Stay optimistic.
You can't petrify Senku.
I see what you did there.
I mean, you technically can, but he'll wake up on his own.
Yeah.
That dude's a survivor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, sure, some nitric acid was involved, but still. Tremendous luck. And they say he's not lucky. Well, most of the time he's not.
So I'm assuming Y-Man is not on this island.
Yeah, I don't think so. But
I have to stay very quiet about that.
Maybe.
No, after this recording, you're going to tell me everything because I hate waiting and I want to know all of it.
I want to know. I purposefully didn't watch this until Toonami started airing it.
But once you start...
I'll tell you this. No, I won't say anything. I won't say anything. It's best for me not to say anything on the recording.
No, we're not going to do spoiler alerts on this podcast because we're
Nope, not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent.
No.
So I did consider having us talk about episode 8 in case this doesn't come out until next week.
They really raised the stakes though, man. Like, it's not just the fact that he's got to figure out how to get the petrified crew, but also like now they have an entire unknown civilization on this island that is potentially hostile. Well, clearly hostile that they have to contend with. Like, it's a whole thing. So what a hard left turn for the show to like really raise the stakes. And I like that they do that, but at the same time, I'm like, you have to do that right before cliffhanger, like, because they're dividing up the season into two sections, which means at some point we're going to be left with a cliffhanger. And if I looked it up, and then the next part doesn't start until October, so we're all going to have to wait until like late October, November before we see the conclusion of this, which is going to make me crazy.
Yeah, you'll be all right. Maybe
The
episode
questions I can
11
answer are
isn't a
purely
big
about this
cliffhanger.
I only got to like the arc after this. That's about as far as I got. I did not complete the manga. I need to.
Should.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking lazy, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, I understand.
Fair enough.
I'm being lazy for a reason. I mean, I got fucking light novels that I haven't even read yet.
That's such
Don't even get started on that conversation. Have you seen my Bookwalker queue?
Oh God, it doesn't help that I've got a friend that's buying books on my Bookwalker account now, and I'm just like, oh, all right, books I had no idea about. Cool.
I went half a year before buying anything else from Right Stuff, but I had to crack on that Shaman King Japanese audio for
dude,
$33.
Look here, dude. Trapped as a dating sim. You know, it's hard for a mob, man. I had to buy all those.
Oh God, I might buy those books. The anime was funny, but the animation was bad. But the book sounds great.
Oh man, the animation's such a letdown. I mean, I finger quote animation because some of that is like a slideshow, but it's a fun story.
It's fine enough for me because the dude is so freaking horrible, but he's great. He doesn't want to even level up. He gets mad. I understand. Like, dude, I do not want this responsibility.
It's an ugly show, but if they ran that on Toonami, I would definitely watch it with you guys.
It is funny as shit. It's ugly, but it is absolutely hilarious.
Great stuff. But yeah, absolutely. Hey. I got all those books on Bookwalker.
I mean, like, we could literally do a dating sim drinking game. I mean,
oh my God.
Like, look here, Jose. I gotta bring it back up. Jose did with the Black Lagoon drinking game. Jose did get straight charcoal pills.
I'm starting to sense that we need another off-topic episode someday soon.
Yeah.
Well, it's the drinking game. Take a drink every time that Luxion and the guy have an argument.
Gotta be something, man.
Because they do that a lot, especially in the books.
I mean, because my thing is, I really want people to understand what it means to be inebriated. I don't know what that is anymore. So, yeah.
He's like the Flash. It doesn't affect him.
Dude, look here. All I gotta say is, man, COVID literally upped my game of drinking. I became Ultra Instinct drinking Darrell.
Oh man.
Ultra Instinct drinking, huh?
Oh,
look
boy.
here, man. I didn't have shit else to do, man, at that point, and I was depressed as hell because a lot of bad things happened during the time of COVID.
I mean, you're not wrong. I was in the same boat as you, man.
I mean, it was like a lot of shit posting and a lot of drinking because I lost a lot of people during the pandemic.
Ooh, that's no bueno, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
But not trying to be sad, but let's get back on topic. I'm sorry, y'all.
I mean, that's legit.
I'm not sure how to segue from this, but yeah.
Oh, dude, there's always a segue, man. Because
we want to talk about losing people, Senku losing people, and finding a way to get him back. There we go.
I'm really obsessed with the Y man thing. Okay, so if I were to go down this thought process, the person had not only what's it called, Morse code. So they would have been a Stone Age person who have Morse code language. They obviously have a way of projecting the Morse code in a fashion that their radar was able to pick up the Morse code. So they're doing it from a distance away. So they have developed radio waves. So they've developed a way of getting the metal to develop all this technology, as we saw with Senku. So this is an individual maybe who has a whole like miniature science kingdom similar to Senku's, who's done this, and perhaps sooner that they're able to have this whole message. But then, like, why is that the message? It's a really weird, creepy message. Like, I'm totally obsessed with this, and I'm just so excited for them. Obviously, now I'm like invested in this current arc, but I'm really like obsessed with them going to South America and identifying who this person is and why they're projecting this message, you know?
Why, man? Hey, why are you assuming their gender?
Why ask why?
That's a good point. Yeah. It could be a woman. It could be non-binary.
We don't know.
Could be. Yeah, why? Why? It's, you know, why has many implications. Like, there's different ways to get it. It's like, why, how did somebody get out of this situation? How is somebody capable of doing this? Why won't somebody come help me? Why, you know, there's...
Yeah. They could be a victim.
Someone...
They could be a perpetrator. They could be just going crazy.
Why are you using radar? Why are you using a radio?
They sound a little unhinged, though, to be honest.
Maybe using radar brings about something worse.
Ooh.
Such as?
I don't know. It could attract somebody.
Attracted Y-Man!
Yeah.
Why y'all like this?
Maybe Y-Man's afraid of what somebody else using radar can trigger.
Maybe Y-Man wants to know where the X-Men are.
Maybe.
Well, what about the
and the
Z-Men?
Z-Men? Oh my god. And the V-Man and the U-Man.
Oh,
well played. Well played, sir. Well played.
All the men.
Yeah.
And the women and the children and the... Yeah.
And the women and the children, too.
Many, many questions. Yes, the Y women and the Y children.
The Y people.
The
Y people. Do they go to the YMCA?
Damn it. I was about to say it.
Yes.
I love hanging out with you guys.
Yes, they do. I think I think that's they must.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good season, though. This
was great. And I keep joking about laughing at Manga Reader, but let me tell you, they did this arc super justice. I knew it was coming. It didn't matter. It was still really good.
What's the name of this arc?
Good to know. Good to know.
What's the name of the arc?
I couldn't tell you if I tried, honestly.
Okay.
Probably Treasure Island.
Looking it up.
Ain't gonna find no Jim Hawkins there.
Speaking of
or
science, the pose that Senku does.
Yes. Love it.
Yeah, I love that. Nice little nod to Einstein. That was nice.
That was classy. I was watching with that a buddy of mine who's a big historian buff, and he's like, "They're not gonna," and then it's like, "Of course they did."
Oh yes, they are.
Gotta be talking about Arc.
You are damn right. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's almost like you know my friends.
I think I do sometimes.
You know a lot of my friends.
Giving me flashbacks to Donkey Kong Country with those minecarts.
Oh, God, yes.
I know, man. I believe that's kind of like a little Easter egg for that, man, because that's what it makes me think about so much.
Nice minigame.
Could be. They do a lot of video game references. Even though I said they're going full Minecraft, it honestly is probably Dragon Quest Builders. Because it wouldn't be the first time they referenced Dragon Quest. And it won't be the last time. I mean, shoot, they basically reference Dragon Quest whenever they achieve something. Whenever they, like when they added Amaryllis to their team, I'm pretty sure that was a Dragon Quest reference with the message box and all that. Or it could just be more of a general RPG thing, but in Japan, general RPG is Dragon Quest.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I never noticed that. I was so caught up in the seeing it a point and click adventure that I didn't notice those. I'm gonna can rewatch that to catch those references because this is a very watchable show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I couldn't be the only one that got amusement out of the fact that their long-term bread solution is fruitcake.
Dude, that shit does not go bad, man.
You can throw that into a trash can, bang it around, throw it outside in the water, and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody that's from Alabama, I'm just gonna say this right now, Yumiko and Brittany, y'all understand this when I make this reference, but fruitcake is literally the best of cakes. They will understand that reference. And at some point in time, I will tell y'all about the city of Bessemer, or as we call it sometimes, Stressimer, but not today.
Yeah. Lots of fun stuff this season.
Stolen is a nice touch because, like, in developing that, they had to figure out how to, like, get the, alcohol to preserve the fruit and make butter and then baking everything correctly. And she was explaining baking, and I was like, oh, that's a good little.
Here's Darrell over on the side. You're like, well, aren't you going to drink some of that booze?
Yes.
Yeah, for the record, Stolen, I think, is. But that's just a personal opinion. I don't judge anybody who likes the different, because every culture has its own version of this dish. Italian one, but like that no, I'm not Italian. It's just what I grew up with because we lived there for a little while. So, but the Stolen stuff, like I was like, no one. I'm sure the whole society's like, this is the most amazing thing we've ever had. While it's baking.
When they introduced bread, I totally forgot that when they made ramen, they didn't actually use wheat. That was like millet ramen or something.
I think they use millet.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about if you look at it, bacon is nothing but science that you can eat, man.
That's true.
Now, you have to be precise, but depending on what it is, you can actually freestyle. But you still got to be precise when you bake because you can always add in, but you can't take out.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Anything else you guys want to talk about regarding Dr. Stone so far?
Oh, I think we good on it, man.
I think we covered it pretty heavily there.
I'm very stressed about the petrified crewmates. I'm very worried for them. And I don't like that I have to wait weeks to see the resolution of.
They'll probably be fine.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
I mean, remember, one of their goals is to figure out how to petrify somebody so that they can save Tsukasa. So,
and remember, they got
that's why this is both good and bad.
And don't forget, the slacker actually got away.
Yeah. That's the other thing. They had to take Hyuga and what's the acrobat girl's name?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, are they petrified too? Like, I feel like if they got loose, they'd be way more dangerous to this unknown society. Like, maybe they should just let them go and be like, do damage here. We'll stay out of your way.
That's part of the reason why they brought them was because they might have to use them.
They have to use them as guard dogs.
Yeah, we don't know if they got petrified. I mean, we assume that pretty much everybody who was able to walk around on the boat freely got petrified, except Suika was kicked off. So maybe they got petrified. Maybe they didn't.
Who knows, man?
What's the range of that?
To be honest with you, man, they're so freaking crafty. There's possibility, man, that they actually got out of the way.
Yeah.
And they probably could have escaped at any time, man, because that's just how freaking elusive they can be.
Yeah, Homura, that was her name. Yeah, those two could definitely escape, more likely than not. That's part of the reason why.
And cause some trouble too.
Brought them with them. So yeah, I was like, well, of course they have to bring the prisoners with them. Who else are they going to put in the brig?
Well, they kind of brought them there specifically because they didn't want to leave them behind to cause problems.
No, they would come back and it would be the kingdom of Hyuga.
Yep.
And
we don't want that.
No, we don't want the Hyuga Kingdom.
We don't want the Hyuga clan.
Nope.
None of that shit now. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, we'll see if that.
Master won't even see what's coming.
There are always two of them. There are the master and the apprentice.
I can't remember. Why did they have to freeze Tsukasa again? I forgot.
Because he was dying.
Yeah, he was dying from his injuries with that last fight.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. That's right. He was dying. I thought he was sick. I couldn't remember.
No, he was organs were punctured.
His sister was sick, but she was cured because she was, in the stone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you're probably confused.
And they want to petrify him so they can unpetrify him, and
So
he'll be cured.
Exactly.
All right, now I'm remembering all this.
Yeah. A curious choice. Why did the old village chief come with them on the boat? You'd think he would stay behind, even though he's not the village chief anymore.
Hey, look here, dude. If you've been a village chief for that long, man, you want to get out.
You want to see the world.
Seriously, man. I'm over it. I'm not the village chief anymore. So let me get out here and see what's going on in the world.
He was pretty useless too as a village chief. So
I don't think he was completely useless, but
a little bit.
Not nearly as useless as Mr. I'm going to swim out there really far and make a big show of not being able to get to the boat. Oh, but you didn't count on Taiju now, did you?
I mean, seriously, Taiju is a freaking beast, man. I have
Taiju
so much.
MVP.
He is just a gentle giant, man, but he is just the best person. He can be a little bit naive, but I gotta say it, man. That dude has a big heart.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The biggest. I also appreciate the others are like, no, Yuzuriha, don't get them started on their boat. And she's like, what? I've sat through these long lectures of Senkus before.
Exactly.
I like this.
I enjoy this madness.
She's so cute.
Yeah, but she's very resourceful and crafty too, though.
Very crafty.
Oh yeah.
Literally.
I love her, man, because she's been able.
I see what you did there.
She has actually been able to put back the broken people, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's speaking of stone people, they're gonna have to do a lot of what is it? What's it called when you pull people up from the water?
Salvaging.
Yeah, salvaging. They have to do a lot of salvaging around that island because there is a lot of statues in that water.
Yeah,
that was such a good reveal. Up. They're like, oh, what the heck? What are these doing here? This doesn't make sense. And everybody's petrified.
I had to rewind because I didn't understand what he was saying. Why there wouldn't be people. It took me a minute to get it. I didn't understand at first. I was like, why would petrified people in the water?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, good stuff.
Oh, good thing they ain't got corals on them, though. Barnacles. Be a pain in the ass.
Oh, man, having to pick those off after you get... I mean, some of the people that get revived, have bits of stone still on them, though. I guess it's more of an aesthetic thing. How many times is Yo gonna break through his mask thing with his eyeball?
That is such a great little bit. It's so funny.
He keeps doing it. That's not possible. He would only break it once. It's whatever. It's a gag.
It's a funny gag.
Good old Magma and his diplomacy. Well, if they're trouble, I'll just kill them. Okay, Magma. Well, let's see how far that gets you. Oh, not very far in this case. You're already petrified.
Good job, man. You're a real help.
Dude, he's just muscle, man. All brawn, not so much brain at all.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you, man. Even on my drunkest days, I still show better judgment than Magma, man.
It's not hard.
No,
but then again, that's not really hard.
But hey, He's really strong, and that's good.
That's about it.
Pretty
Hardest
much.
part of Magma is his head.
It's true. We should get him hanging out with Tanjiro.
I couldn't find a really organic place to pop this into the podcast, so I'm just doing it here. We have some schedule updates regarding Toonami for the remainder of August into September. First of which is the schedule for August 19th, which will be the night that Fooly Cooly finishes Season 1. As you may recall in the past, Fooly Cooly's final episode runs long, so there's going to be a slight shift after it. So it's the same lineup with slightly different times after Fooly Cooly. At midnight, it'll be My Adventures with Superman. At 12:30, Dr. Stone. At 1 a.m., the Fooly Cooly finale. At 1:45, One Piece. At 2:15, Naruto Shippuden. And at 2:45, My Hero Academia. And the following week, August 26th, Toonami gets a little bit longer to accommodate a marathon of Fooly Cooly Progressive. Starting out the night will be My Adventures with Superman. At 12:30, it will be the last episode of Dr. Stone in this batch. At 1 a.m. till 4 a.m. will be all 6 episodes of Fooly Cooly Progressive. And one marathon deserves another, right? So September 2nd, very similarly, but slightly different, the block will be running until 3:30. With, again, My Adventures with Superman. That'll be the season finale. Followed by a marathon of Fooly Cooly Alternative from 12:30 to 3:30. And on September 9th, when Fooly Cooly Grunge makes its world premiere, they will also be airing at 12:30 the first of the 2 Attack on Titan Final Chapters specials, followed by Naruto Shippuden at 2 and My Hero Academia at 2:30. What will the schedule hold for September 16th? That's anyone's guess. Possibly a new show. Possibly the return of One Piece after 3 weeks. Yeah, One Piece is going to be gone for 3 weeks. But there is at least one episode that they haven't aired yet by that point that has clips that are in the bumps, so you know we have it. However, anything beyond that is really just speculation, but I'm going to go ahead and say it now. September 16th is going to be Batman Day for celebrating Batman, as it has been for several years now. So that will probably lead to a Batman movie after Fooly Cooly Grunge on September 16th. That's my best guess. Could be wrong. Hopefully, they announce a new acquisition pretty soon. But until then, that's the news as we know it. So that's 4 fairly different Toonami schedules heading our way. And if you've been wondering if they can still play Fooly Cooly Progressive and Alternative, yes, apparently they can. And you're going to have the chance to see the entire seasons of both in these marathons. And with that, I return you to the rest of this podcast.
So, in our previous episode, we talked about various Toonami original productions, and Kuro wasn't there for that. So, hey, Kuro, you want to chime in on any of those?
The Kamui and the announcement of Watanabe's show, those two, I was pretty pumped about, because they look like the kind of thing that would do really well on Toonami. I'm pretty ambivalent about Fooly Cooly at this point.
We all pretty much felt that way.
There is a sense like, okay, it's a formula that really works. Fans really respond well to the concepts and the animation style and the music. You know, it's kind of funky, but I'm just like, I don't know what they could do that they haven't already done with this particular model. So, I don't want to disrespect the production team, because I know like that, Production IG do a lot of great work alongside Adult Swim. So I don't want to like dismiss, what they've accomplished through this, but I just personally, I'm pretty ambivalent about them. So I'm guessing they must be going someplace really crazy, like with this, not just the animation style, but, with whatever the plot is supposed to be. But the Ninja Kamui looks really exciting. I love Watanabe, so anything he makes is going to be pretty fantastic. And I'm pumped for that. I'm glad, like I said this before, I think primarily having more original stuff and then just like 1 or 2 or 3 shows, 3 including One Piece, that they get from, existing shows is the good model for Toonami to keep it fresh. So this is a good sign. Like, I know been in a bit of a lull, so it's good that they're finally getting around to releasing information about the stuff that they hinted at a while ago. So that's about it.
Just thought I'd give you the opportunity to say something about those, since you weren't able to be here last time.
I had to come up with something smart on the spot. Thanks for that.
You're helping.
Keeping you on your toes, I swear.
I know.
Well, good job.
No. Where would I be without you, Sketch? Your knowledge on this stuff is encyclopedia, though. Your ability to remember things is impressive, especially when it comes to Toonami shows. And I continue to always be like, I don't know if you have like a cheat on your screen with all this stuff, but I'm convinced you just know this at the back. Like,
occasionally I have to look up something on a wiki, but most of it I remember pretty well. And that's why whenever somebody comes out with a Toonami retrospective video on YouTube, I sit there and go, no, they didn't get that right. No, they got that wrong too. No. How did they get that wrong?
Props to our man Sketch. He got the knowledge.
And
he got the info.
Power, they say.
Clearly I should use it for something.
I think you are. It's called Toonami Faithful.
Like, how can I monetize this somehow?
I gotta figure out a way to make money with this.
Making money? Do we even do that around here?
Send your ideas in.
But seriously, I have a well-paying day job, so it's all good.
Well, that's important.
And it affords me enough free time to do this and watch a lot of cartoons.
I don't know.
As do we all. Let's admit it. As do we all.
I won't have that kind of time until I win the lottery, man. I won't tell anybody, but there will be signs.
Ooh.
Will we all get our mugs finally?
Well, I tried. Look here. I really did try several times to get y'all mugs. I told Paul I would split the cost with him, and every time he friggin' just got silent or try to deflect, like you should pay for it, dude. I'm not paying for all these. I will split.
That's not the point, bro. If you're supposed to give us, and for all of this, like a mug is the very least. I feel like.
Dude, I deserve more than a mug for the years of service that I've given to this podcast.
Yeah, we don't even get anime to review anymore.
Oh my god.
Apparently, he's got like a stack sitting in his basement of old stuff. Just give it away. Give it away. We're never.
Funimation doesn't exist anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. So, Paul, what do you have that you can give away to us for free?
Right.
I mean, dude, I will friggin' give you the cash, man, the mail, whatever I need.
In a previous podcast, I don't remember when, I think it was when we were talking about Fena, Sketch had mentioned Pirates of Dark Water, because I have a tendency to write down whenever we're on podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Pirates of Dark Water, good times.
Yeah, and I never watched growing up, so I started watching it, and I'm like, this is gold adventure cartoon. Like, this is great stuff. And so I've been watching Pirates of Dark Water the past week and a half, and it's a lot of fun. Like, this is good stuff, man. If you haven't, you should definitely check it out. It's like Cartoon Network classic like 90s animation. And apparently they didn't finish after season 4, but they made a game that finished the story.
Oh, the
So-
game finishes the story? I didn't know that. Huh.
I did not know that either,
Yeah.
but that's cool.
Yeah, it's Pirates of Dark Water was a Turner animated thing. It actually aired on, like, the pilot aired on Fox Kids, and then the series aired on ABC, and then reruns were on TNT and Cartoon Network. Remember when TNT aired cartoons and TBS aired cartoons?
All I'm gonna say is, people, the Pirates of Dark Water came on after the MC Hammer cartoon. Yes, MC Hammer had a cartoon right along with Kid and Play
Hammerman.
Yes, he had 2 talking shoes that turned him into Hammerman.
It wasn't the pants? You'd think
No.
it was the pants.
No. It was 2 talking shoes.
Wow.
Trust me, dude. I know these things. Look here. I know I might get some things wrong, but I remember vividly, sir. Right along with the Kid and Play cartoon. Ola, ola, eh. Hey, my old heads that's listening to this podcast, y'all know.
90s was such a time where they would make a cartoon spun off of any celebrity, any movie.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Would
we had
never
Wish
make
Kid.
sense.
We had Wish Kid, Problem Child, Itsy Bitsy Spider. We had Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter.
You had Rambo.
Gosh.
Yeah,
You
Rambo.
had RoboCop.
I remember RoboCop.
Actually, those are both in the 80s. But
It's still
Conan the Barbarian.
Hey,
All these R-rated movies
yeah.
that they turned into cartoons. I'm surprised that they never made like an Aliens cartoon.
dude, that
They had a
would
toy
have-
line for it, at least.
They
Aimed at
did.
Kids.
They did
Wait
have
a minute,
toy line.
but wait a minute. We did have Starship Troopers.
There was a Starship Troopers animated series, Roughnecks, yes. But that wasn't like really kid targeted. It was kind of somewhere in between.
We had multiple RoboCop cartoons and
Yeah,
a live
they
action
did.
series.
Yeah.
And you know what surprises me about some of these shows is the voice actors are really well regarded actors now. Like Tim
Mhm.
Curry,
Oh yeah.
Hector
Oh, yeah.
Elizondo, Brock
Mhm.
Peters. Like these are like really big names in acting, and they're just there doing these, like not known cartoon voice act. Like that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, in the
Especially
90s, there were at least a handful of shows that would get screen actors for the primary roles. I mean, Batman the Animated Series is a good example of that. But
Gargoyles, like the
yeah,
entire
Gargoyles,
cast of
yeah.
Star Trek.
All the Star
TNG
Trek
was on
people.
Gargoyles.
Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly.
Freaking Marina Sirtis as Damona.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
Jonathan Frakes.
Even
And
got
then
Michael
what's his name
Dorn
who
in
plays
there.
Brent
Mhm.
Brent Spiner. That was pretty awesome. That was awesome.
I remember that blowing my mind as a kid when that show came out. I'm like, this is Star Trek voice acting these guys.
I know.
What?
I got so excited. About that. And then like starting to see the Macbeth references.
Oh.
Man, Gargoyles is great stuff. It will always be
Watch it on
sick.
Disney
Gargoyles.
Plus.
Gargoyles really did a great job of integrating Shakespeare
Oh yeah.
right along with a lot of mythology. Because
Absolutely.
I mean, like most people don't understand about Shakespeare. There is a lot of lore, especially when you look at Avalon. And I was like, wait a minute, they're talking about Puck and Lord Oberon and everybody, Lady Tout. I was like, yes, I know this. The Tempest. Yes, I'm a big Shakespeare fan. I do have a sonnet somewhere around here. I might have to buy it again.
Yeah.
And of
It's
course,
so cool if Gargoyles had aired on Toonami in the 90s.
Heck
Yes.
yeah.
No,
That would've
but it
been
was on
nice.
USA Cartoon Express.
For me, it was on WB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember watching reruns on
Disney
Disney,
afternoon.
and they were at like 11:30 at night. Like I would get up when I wasn't supposed to be up and watching it like in the middle of the night, and also wondering why is Disney airing this at 11:30?
I actually had a VHS tape that they called Gargoyles the movie. It was just like the first several episodes in one tape.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they played it a lot on Toon Disney over the years, and then Disney XD. Now it's on Disney Plus.
Which is nice because you can actually watch it at your own pace. And they released the original series on DVD in its entirety, but they never got the Goliath Chronicles, which is the ending.
Yeah, the Goliath Chronicles were great. Did not see some of the things that happened coming, but then again, I kind of saw some things coming too, though. But you know.
Yeah. Gosh, apparently you get me talking about old school TV, and I turn into sketch.
You guys know about the Gargoyles comic line that's out right now, right?
No.
Oh yeah, there's a new comic, and it's written by Greg Weisman.
Ooh.
You know, we met Greg at MomoCon, and he was a very nice guy, and he was
a super nice guy.
I mean, I continued to run in Greg Weisman like the whole time I was coming. He's like, we just keep on running to each other. I should have asked him, hey, let's go and have a drink then. I really should have, man.
You should have.
Well, look here. We know about my drinking prowess, so I don't want to scare people away.
I'll never forget bumping into Keith David as he was coming out of the bathroom. I was like, this is not the right time to shake somebody's hand.
Reminds me of the time I ran into John Delancey just walking around Catalina Island when I was a teenager.
Oh, that's wild.
It happened. My whole family.
That is wild.
My mom, my dad, my sister, and I were just vacationing there, and
it was like,
there he was.
Man, it's Q.
We were all too nervous to go talk to the guy, and my sister, being brave, she just walks up and was like, "Are you Q?" He's like, "Yes, I am."
That's awesome. That's awesome.
You know what his response should have been? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know, man. It's like, because I live in Alabama, man, and I run into celebrities pretty much like all the time, it's like I don't get starstruck. Like, dude,
most of them were just too afraid to bother the poor guy because he wasn't like on a tour or anything. He was just being a guy out and about, you know, as people.
Yeah, it's important to respect people's privacy. And
I respect their privacy, man, but I'll just like say hello, how you doing, man? Like, dude, we see Nick Saban all the time.
He signed some napkins, but we long ago lost them.
No, I would definitely geek out. Like I don't have any celebrity stories that come to mind, or that, you know, so I don't think I've ever met a celebrity in person, but I think I might like get excited. Like when we met, what's his name who was it sketch when we went to Anime Expo? Who was representing? Is it Gil?
Gil,
yeah,
Gil and Jason were both there.
I got super excited when we met Gil. Like I got a picture with him. Remember? Like I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool."
When you meet Jason DeMarco, your first impression is probably, "Oh wow, he is tall."
Yeah. No, and Gil's
big
super cute. He's super cute in person too. So I was like, "Oh, okay." I was a little flustered, but
all I gotta say
he's married.
Of course. I mean, I'm not like saying that way. It's okay to say someone's attractive looking, like without being weird about it.
Yeah, all I gotta say is Michelle Ruff came to my house, man.
Well, none of us can top that.
Jose can. He's actually, you know.
Oh, that's true. Jose can.
Jose, but like
got all the stories.
Yeah, but see, Michelle and my mom were roasting me, man, at dinner. Because I don't have kids, and they got on the subject of grandkids, of why I don't have any for mom, and I'm like just sitting up there like, why is this happening? And Eddie was like, it could have been worse. Like seriously. Oh man, but they like it was cool though, man. Like after that, everybody left me alone at that point. So like when they see me respond and picking on Michelle on Twitter, no one says anything anymore because they know that we're just that type. And I'm not doing that just to name drop or brag, man. It's just like she's literally my friend. Well, Big Sis anyway, because when she gets on the podcast, you know what happens.
Indeed we do. Boy, it's been a long time.
I know, but she's been busy lately.
For sure.
Let me see. What is that time I talked to? Let me check. I'll probably have to shoot up 6 soon.
All right. Well, we better get out of here before I start rambling about all the things going on with Ninja Turtles right now. It's on Nicktoons!
My gosh. So many cool things.
It's on television for the first time in over 25 years.
Hell yeah!
Nostalgia, baby.
Oh, it's
Teenage
glorious.
Mutant Ninja
I was live tweeting Ninja Turtles last night like I live tweet Toonami.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I hope it sticks around more than a week, because right now it's only scheduled for a week, and that makes me sad. But there is that 24/7 Pluto TV free Totally Turtles channel, which is currently cycling through episodes of the OG, which is neat. Good times. And I saw that movie, and that movie is so good.
Ooh.
Best Ninja Turtles movie since 1990.
Dang, that's high praise.
Is it, though?
I mean, there are 2 other good Ninja Turtle movies.
Debatably so.
I like 2 TMNT.
Yeah, I do too. I would say that it is better movie than either of those, much less any of the others.
Well, yeah, the other ones I'm not even considering the other ones, but
also better than Batman TMNT, which is really good.
I still need to see that one of these days.
Yes, you do. You need to get around to that. That's good. It's really good.
It's on my bucket list. I just haven't had a chance to pick it up.
All right. Yeah, totally go see that movie. It's fantastic. I love it. Love it. Great. Okay. I think that'll do for this podcast. If you have anything you want to tell us about Dr. Stone or anything else going on with Toonami, you can email us at podcast@ToonamiFaithful.com. You can follow us on Facebook.com/ToonamiFaithfulPodcast and on Twitter @ToonamiPodcast. You can listen to the podcast on just about everything, including Apple Podcasts, CastBox, Deezer, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Overcast, Podbay, Podbean, Podcast Addict, Radio.com, Spotify, and TuneIn. We salute Stitcher as it has been absorbed into some other company. Sad. Fare thee well, Stitcher. And you can find every episode of the podcast to stream online at SoundCloud.com/Toonami Faithful Podcast. And you can get the latest news by following @Toonami News on Twitter and read the news, views, and reviews on ToonamiFaithful.com. We are also trying out other social media. We're on Instagram Threads. We're on Mastodon. We're on Blue Sky. Just look for Toonami Faithful on all of those. What was that, Kuro?
I said I don't get how Mastodon works. I skimmed and I was confused and gave up very quickly.
Well, actually, you just go Tyrannosaurus, Mastodon.
We're just gonna keep making this joke. It's always
ends.
morphin' time here.
Heck yeah, it is.
Where's the saber cat?
Saber-tooth tiger. Well, she always said it in a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
May she rest in peace.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh wait, speaking of rest in peace.
Yes. I know where this is going.
We lost another icon of children's television.
Yeah.
Make a lick a honey, make a honey hole.
Yeah.
Yes,
Rest
Paul
in
Rubens.
peace, Paul Rubens.
That hit me harder than I thought it would, honestly, but ow.
Yeah, what a character.
Absolutely.
Thanks for all you contributed to entertainment.
In our childhood.
Absolutely. Made me laugh my butt off as a kid.
Exactly. Right along with Cowboy Larry.
Mm-hmm. Well, now he's up there with Ernest making God laugh.
Exactly.
I love that. Oh, I love that.
Oh, I am now envisioning Ernest and Pee Wee Herman at the perfect.
Hey, look here. He even had a dance, man.
Do it. Do it. Can you do it? Do it.
I mean,
do it.
Seriously, do the Pee Wee Herman.
Hey, Vern.
Hey, Vern is earned.
Do the laugh. Do the laugh.
I don't think any of us can do it convincingly.
No, there's no way. My voice does not go that high. It will crack.
Sorry to be about
Voice lessons. Come on, I believe in you. I believe in you.
The day my nuts dropped was the day that my high pitch voice
My,
went
my,
like,
my, you can believe me all you want. My larynx won't go that high.
Close enough.
That's actually not that bad. That's not that bad.
That wasn't bad.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I will always remember him, besides previous Playhouse, of course, best for the Captain Rex in Star Tours.
Yes. Yes.
Dude, I remember when he was on the episode of 227. Yeah, I'm old, so shut up, people.
You got 3 old men on here at the very least.
Hey, I remember he played Batmite on Batman the Brave and the Bold. He was great in that.
Oh, God.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, he was.
He did a lot of good cartoon voices.
He did.
Yeah.
Always remember the platform shoes and doing the Pee Wee Herman dance.
It was very interesting that we had no idea that there was anything going on, and that just goes to show how much you should value the people in your life, because you never know. You
always give people their flowers, people.
That's right.
Which is what I do daily. But I'm giving Paul weeds.
Well,
the kind you can smoke?
Oh, no.
Didn't think so.
Nah, I don't like them like that.
Give him some dandelions.
No, he can make dandelion wine with it, and they're actually edible.
No.
He can get some poison oak.
Aren't you resourceful? Oh, poison oak. Itchy just thinking about it.
I love you, Paul. Not you.
Yeah, but do you? But do you? Yeah. Too many social medias. And do any of them let you direct message other than Twitter?
I don't know.
No.
It's just gonna have to use Discord.
Discord is honestly so nice.
I hit my DM limit the other day. I was like,
yeah, that's annoying.
yeah!
Why would you put a limit on DMs? That is so stupid.
Why? So that you will pay to get the blue check mark.
Yeah, but no one's gonna do that.
Like,
Right.
there's so many other ways you can direct communicate with people.
Yes, there's
So,
free
it's just
email, there's
stupid.
Discord, there's all kinds of
Yeah.
ways to communicate. I almost said AIM, but I forgot that they shut that down.
Oh my gosh.
I'm old. But there's
Yeah,
a lot
age
of ways
yourself.
to do
IRC
that.
chat rooms,
IRC
obviously.
chat, here we go. Let's get a Toonami Fistful IRC chat. We're gonna do it now.
So join us on our Discord. We'll probably be more active there in the coming months.
I mean, besides, we got X now. I'm dead serious. I looked at that X and I was like, I wonder if Savage Finney is actually gonna make them cease and desist, because it looks so much like the X logo for that.
It looks so stupid. I'm sorry, but no, you know what? I'm not sorry.
Never
It
gonna
looks-
update.
I'm
It just
never
like-
calling it X.
I will
I'm
keep
never
the
gonna
bird
call it
forever.
That's Twitter.
Yep.
Screw it.
Because-
I might call it Twitter X in a joke, like Mega Man X. But like Mega Man X, sometimes you just call it Twitter.
No, it's still Twitter.
Of course.
Because
I'm gonna
Well,
pull a Prince here. It's the
still
site
Twitter.com.
formerly known.
Yeah.
Ladies
Where's the
and
t-shirt that say it's still Twitter?
wait a minute, but have you heard the word?
The bird.
The bird's the word.
Bird.
Bird. Yeah. You know what? Everybody should just literally send Elon Musk a dang on
Clip from Family Guy.
clip with the bird is the word.
Nice.
Like,
That'd be
Surfing
really
Bird.
funny. Like a
Like
full
everybody-
chain of tagging him
And
and bird is the word. That'd be
Surfing-
really, really funny.
Yeah, Surfing Bird is.
You heard it
name
here,
of the song.
folks. We're encouraging. Yes.
You don't realize
We're encouraging.
that I am now doing this. This is now happening.
And everyone's gonna retweet. We're gonna it'll be great.
Yeah, you put it out.
And now I'm gonna go cheat and look up Dr. Stone arcs as we wrap up this episode.
I will tell you.
I can't help
cheat.
it.
Have
I will tell you a
patience.
few things when we're done recording, Kuro. I'll tell you what
Okay.
I can.
Don't tell.
Speaking of,
Don't tell her while I'm here.
No, don't worry, I won't.
All right.
Laser, where can they find you?
Oh, she's taking over.
Oh.
So mute me.
Oh,
Trying to wrap
take
things
it
up.
over.
Go ahead.
Well, you can find me on Twitter, where the bird is the word, at LaserKid Prime. You can find me, of course, on Toonami Faithful when I write editorials, which I should have one actually in the near future because I finally finished moving. Yay! And you can find me on many of V-Lord's podcasts, the V-Lord Podcast Universe. I memed it into existence. Help. It's a real thing now.
And Kuro, where can they find you?
On the site formerly known as Twitter, Happy Crow Kitty. And I'm on the Toonami Discord. Yeah, you can find me there. I'm not sure I'm ready for the DMs there. You can DM me on Twitter if you'd like. I'm really bad about responding to messages, but if you tweet me, I will respond to that. So, where can they find you, Darrell?
Well, you can always find me in a bottle of a whiskey. No, but seriously, you can find me at Ukami_Samurai7 at Twitter.com. Shoot, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing certain things on the Twitters. But, you know, when I do decide to move to another avenue, I hope you people will follow me. But that's pretty much where you'll find me for right now.
All right. And you can find me on Twitter at Sketch1984. I'm also on Blue Sky at Sketch1984. Yeah, the fact that it doesn't have DMs does not inspire me to use Blue Sky very often, but I kind of dabble. Oh, I also remembered that I have an alt count on Twitter for Ninja Turtles bullcrap. What was that? I think it's TMNT_riff. I think that's it. Let me double check. Oh no, it's TMNT riffs, all one word, on Twitter. That is probably where I'll be talking more about Ninja Turtles stuff now that I remember that I have it. I was like, what's this? I have another account I'm logged into on the Twitter app? Oh, that one. Fun fact, that used to be a Gundam riff one when I was like trying to slowly get through a Gundam show and make jokes about it, but it became Ninja Turtles. Yeah, because I talk about that a lot more.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, I do. Especially now. Now it's Big Turtle Week. Big Turtle Week. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. So, thank you for listening to this episode and all prior episodes that you've listened to. We always appreciate your listenership. Be sure to share the podcast with anybody you think would be interested in listening, because we definitely want to spread the love. But until next time, we're punching out.
Deuces! And I hate most of you.
Y-Man was upset because of the change from Twitter to X.
Makes perfect sense. I'm on board, my man.
A state of emergency has been declared. Thieves with dangerous war machines are loose in our city.
It's nothing like anything any of you have dealt with before.
Looks like I'm just gonna have to break out the big guns.
This is an unprecedented and extremely dangerous mission. We may never return, and I can't guarantee your lives.
Our pain will become the whole world's pain.
I will not let you pass. We must act! Push yourselves to the limit!
Trouble seems to find us wherever we go, doesn't it?
I've got some unfinished business with this guy.
This young boy is completely dead.
Get to safety.
You've gone completely insane!
You got that right! I'll settle this right now!